I think she said the whole thing was 14 hours.
God.
That's like when you're waiting on hold and they give you the callback option.
Yeah.
Tell me when to come back. I'm gonna go to Panera. I'll come back when it's my turn. I'm not gonna just sit in this hallway for.
But you're listening. You can still hear like a ride on a roller coaster. Like everyone sounds pretty scared in there. Jackpocket is America's #1 lottery app. Jackpocket. Jackpocket. That was a remix. I did a remix of the Jackpocket song right there for everybody. It is America's #1 lottery app. It is there have been over $540 million in prizes already paid out to lucky winners. You can order Powerball, Mega Millions, and other official state lottery games right on the app. Let me pull it up. It is very, very simple. Boom, Jackpocket. I was happy to be on the right page on my phone. That's awesome. Jackpocket. It is. You're gonna get the full experience right now. This is how long it takes to order in total. We have, let's see, 55 million on Powerball, 740 on Mega Millions. That's what we're going for. Quick picks, bang, 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 2 bones. Place order, confirm, and we are done. Done. I have my quick pick ready to go. You can do the same. No need to run out late at night. No need to put on, your girlfriend's shoes because, you do that. You put them out in the little thing, whatever. It's easy. It's easy, and you can win millions. Like I said, 540 million have already been given out to lucky winners. New customers, use code KFC. You'll get your first ticket free. Download Jackpocket today and use code KFC. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app and official partner of Barstool Sports. Download the Jackpocket app right now for your chance to win millions and millions and millions of life-changing dollars.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. The gang is back together. I feel like we haven't had the whole squad in a little bit. You've been away, and then I did an episode with Ricky, and me and Jack did it together. I feel like it hasn't been all
three.
That
was just 1 week, right? Because we did Tuesday's episode was us, and then just Thursday was you and Ricky.
Mm-hmm. It just feels longer.
Yeah.
I'm used to
separation anxiety.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. You're in Italy.
It actually is
you're back in Italy. You're jet set into Austin. It's like, fuck, man. Get back here, bro.
I have not a long list of things. But I do have things.
I was gonna say we haven't.
Is the 11:30 thing like a comment about how that's on me? I'm not ready.
What are you talking about?
No, we're just commenting about how we joke about what time the show starts.
I was like, oh, we're nailing on time.
Okay, good, cool.
What did you think I was?
I haven't nailed because now I work out before work, and I obviously haven't nailed getting here on time. I mean, I'm on time.
I was making the point that we're all on time.
Oh, hell yeah! Okay, I didn't even say anything. And I shouldn't have said it.
Well, I mean, it's 11:30. That's what time we start the show. I was going, whoa, it's 11:30. We're all on time.
I mean,
you came right in.
Pavs set it all up, and normally I shouldn't have said it.
You're in your head. I was complimenting everybody.
I thought you were this.
Boy, you just shot yourself in the foot on that one. Just shut the fuck up.
Anyways, what was your list? Oh my God, I have to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, you just talked yourself right into that one. Yeah, I guess you really weren't. You really didn't give yourself enough time. There should have been more of a buffer. If anything went wrong, we would have been fucked. It would have been 11:35. That was funny though. Last night, Jackie texting we were supposed to have an interview. Now we don't. So things kind of were in flux. So she texted now I do think this is a valid question. What time are we starting tomorrow?
But that's the whole point of why we text. Is
there usually is something like that. I'm with you.
There on 99% of the days, it's just we record 11:30 Monday, Wednesday.
I'll take the statistics. We'll start. Okay, so right now.
1 for 1.
Necessary. 1 for 1 and 0. 1 and 0.
Right.
Starting today.
Okay.
So we're actually at 100%. We need to clarify.
All right, I will give you today. Fine. Okay. We'll see how Wednesday goes.
We'll go through January and we'll figure out what our stats are at the end of the
I like that. Okay. Good. Speaking of stats.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
The Pornhub stats came out for the year.
Uh-huh.
And they were I saw a bunch of stuff. It is the funniest thing I saw is they went top relative categories by generation.
Okay.
So what Gen Zers watch, what Gen Y watches, what Gen X watches, what Boomers watch.
Okay. Let's go.
As time progresses, everyone just gets gay.
I mean, checks out, right? Like everyone's getting gayer.
Like so Gen Z
boomers are like vagina, straight sex.
No.
Oh no, it would be the other way.
Boomers are like strap on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Boomers are like pegging.
Right.
Like Gen Z is like vertical video, gaming, cosplay, virtual reality, cartoon, music, all that. I don't know. That's all just like fucking.
You still get off on like that's just like hobbies.
Right.
By the time you're like 60, you're like, I need holes penetrated.
Oh, so you're saying it gets gayer as you
get older.
As you get older. Yeah. Although
I guess initially I thought like younger, more progressive, all that shit.
Yeah.
But at least for guys, like you start out pretty fucking straight, being like, I'm just gonna fuck girls and vaginas, and then by the end you're like,
I've
done a lot of that.
When it starts, you're like, I don't want any dick, just
right.
lesbians,
right?
And by the end, you're like, you can get rid of the women completely. I didn't even know they made that kind of shit, dude.
Oh man, that's fucking great. Right, so what is it? So okay, and then keep going.
So Gen Z, that was it. Gen Y is tattooed women parody,
which a little kinky.
Which I hate parody.
No, that's stupid. But tattoos.
I was thinking tattoos for sure.
Yeah.
The parody is like it's like when everyone dresses up like like around the holidays, everyone on podcasts dresses up in like costumes and shit, and like that like. I'll watch, but I'd prefer it if you were just fucking normal.
It does nothing for me.
It does nothing for me.
Nothing.
And then they had so that's Gen Y. Gen X is fisting transgender roleplay feat compilation.
Yo, let me say this real quick.
Ebony, you start getting a little biracial in it.
White guilt starts kicking. Yo, if you seek out
yeah, dude, you're an animal.
You are an animal. You have been raised by wolves. You are despicable. I don't kink shame. I will kink shame that. Like that shit is fucking. If you watch somebody elbow deep in another human, you're foul. Foul. And like you run across it, right? Like you just like whoa. Like that went from 2 to 3 to whoa. Okay. But to be like. FIS, man. That is deplorable behavior.
I want to see someone get used like a sock puppet. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Bro, for real. For real. You see that shit come out the other end. It's coming out of their stomach. Shit is gross.
This is the other times I saw we can't sleep, but like sometimes I'm like, I just want to talk about Wicked.
Keep going.
We're almost done. Last one.
No.
Boomers. Strap on, gangbang, double penetration, hand job, fingering, bisexual male. And it's just like, I want as much cock as possible.
Cocks and some fingers. Wow. Yeah, that
was the one that stuck out to me. I didn't look at them all that closely, but it was just.
John's like check.
I was like, wow, it's such a weird progression from like young to old. It's just like you get gay as hell, man.
Well, Pornhub has had a big week with that documentary of Lily Phillips. That thing is.
Is that the
girl who fucked 100 guys in a day and
like
dreadfully regretted it like immediately.
Well, hang on a second.
Yeah, okay. So we can.
You follow Adam too, so you probably saw the same tweet as me.
Oh no, but I was just a little woke on this, thinking that like some of this might be theatrical. Why would it?
Well, Adam just quote tweeted it and was like, I don't know why everyone's pretending that like she had some come to Jesus moment. Like she's crying because some of the guys didn't come.
No,
I didn't watch the full video, but apparently,
no, I don't think so. I
didn't watch any of the video
because the clip I saw was like, first of all, she goes like, I kind of felt like a prostitute. I was like, you think? Really? yeah, no fucking kidding. What I heard was that they told all the guys that you get like 5 minutes, which by the way. Is a long fucking time for 100 dudes, and I thought it was gonna be like
I was trying
in
to
and
think
out,
about
in
the
and out.
timing of this.
Dude, I was trying to think about guy 97. It's like,
right. I mean,
I don't know. I'm gonna stay hard.
Yeah, that's some foul
Dude,
shit.
You're waiting in line for like how long?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, 500 minutes is 500 minutes is a long fuck. I think she said the whole thing was 14 hours.
God.
Damn. That's like when you're waiting on hold and they give you the callback option.
Yeah.
Tell me when to come back. I'm gonna go to Panera. I'll come back when it's my turn. I'm not gonna just sit in this hallway for.
But you're listening. You can still hear like a ride on a roller coaster. You're like everyone sounds pretty fucking scared in there. I want to.
There was. They said there was.
I'm gonna go check out the concession stand. Maybe get a fucking fried dough and fucking not
check out. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the fucking like Small World ride. They said there was guys. There was a guy. Well, I shouldn't say guys. There was a story of one guy specifically was like, oh, I'm out. Like this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like 100 guys all fucked her to completion for 5 minutes.
They must
But
have
she
booked
said-
like 150. Like
Right.
Because
that's
like
the
a
other
wedding.
thing is-
Like some people aren't going to show.
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. You're gonna get. What do they say? You get about 15% no's. You got to factor that in.
Were they getting paid?
I don't think so. I don't think they were, and I think so. I think some of these guys were like, I get like I need 3 more minutes. Like you told me 5, and was kind of like just doing whatever they wanted to her, and she was like, I feel like I got used, and it was like, well, yeah, man, you got 100-person gangbang with probably like the most 100 despicable men on the planet. Did you think you're gonna have love 100 times in a row? Like you're gonna make sweet love for 500 minutes? Like, that was like that interview afterwards where she's like crying and like being like, I wouldn't recommend it. It's like, whoa. And now there's a whole, people are like, she's the victim. Well, no, she's not the victim. She decided to do it. Why are we blaming the men? The men, like, why aren't we blaming the men? The men are the real fucking weirdos. And it's like, I think everybody in the situation, you know who I think the weirdest people are? Probably the worst people of the whole thing were probably like the producers and the cameramen and shit like that, who were like, keep going.
The worst people,
right? It's like when we do, but it's like when we do like Survivor, and they're like, yeah, like let's like expose their medication and shit like that. Like they
You guys
always
are like the writers of Saw. Like,
yeah.
I was thinking about the
Right.
guy that like had to add like subtitles, like cute subtitles to her crying.
Oh,
Like,
right,
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Yeah, putting like like cries like inaudibly. You know what I mean? Like not even the subtitles, but like the description of what's going on.
Yeah.
But she also then is like, I'm doing 1,000 in a day. So I'm like, well,
I'm gonna bet she's not.
I'm gonna bet she's
bet
not
that
too.
one doesn't
If
end up
100 was as bad as it was, I don't think 1,000's gonna
Maybe
make it.
Maybe we'll skip it.
Kind of like people like run like after they run like 20 miles, they're like, oh my god, I'm so sore, like that was so hard, and then they like are like, I'm gonna do the marathon.
Yeah. Think about an ultra marathon this year.
Yeah, you
That's
just did
an
ultra
Ironman.
marathon.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did an Ironman of dick. That she's also a porn star. Like I think there's a very big difference. Like I don't know, people were characterizing her as kind of like this random girl. It's like she's a porn star.
Yeah, she's an expert in the field.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, it's not like one of these like.
It's not like me being like, I'm gonna fuck 100 women a day. Like, no, he's
No, you're
not.
not.
No, he's not.
No, you're not. Dude, that would be a nightmare. All of it, every which direction, nightmare. That is 100 guys.
Dude,
Again, Prince Charming's not coming through the door for that.
I think
It's a bunch of Ron Jeremys. You know
Well, I
what
don't
I mean?
think that she's like trying to find her Prince Charming.
No, but it's also like she said.
I can't imagine I didn't see any of the video, so I don't know what like the guys looked like.
Well,
But,
is there actually video of it? I don't think that's out there.
I don't think that's out.
Oh, okay.
So until I see that, by the way, this whole thing might be a work. This whole thing might be fucking
That's a good
fugazi,
point.
you know?
Yeah.
Let me see this girl get tortured by 100 men before I believe it.
But it's like Seinfeld when they're debating like what percentage of the people of the world is attractive. Like 100 is a pretty big sample size.
Yeah.
Like you might have 10 attractive people.
Right. And then out of those 10, 2 know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you just had like 98 either gross or out of shape or just like bad at sex guys flop around.
I wonder if she had
for 14 hours.
You think she had vetoes? Or she was like, oh no, never mind.
I would hope.
Like, it's not this guy. No.
Which has got to imagine.
Change
imagine
the
you show
video. Lily Phillips banks 99 guys. Get this guy out of my fucking sight.
It'll be 13 hours and 55 minutes. All right? Dude, that is if you show up to 100-person gangbang and you get rejected, that guy goes home and kills himself. That guy puts his head in the oven that night,
Jesus
bro.
Christ, dude.
That shit is over.
Were you in a car accident? He's like, no.
Dude, think about how often girls don't even want to have sex with just one guy. Think about how often girls don't want to have sex with the partner they signed up to have sex with. Like, I will marry you and have sex for the rest of my life with you. And they're like, I don't want to do that anymore. I love you. I have kids with you. We have a family together. I'm not fucking that guy. And you let 100 strangers run up in there. They said it was just a picture.
He just looks a little funny today. Like that's usually enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, think about all the excuses of I just went to the gym, or I'm hungry, or I'm tired. That's for one guy for like
also
4
girls
minutes.
Notoriously are like, they end up just going for the ugly guy.
What?
Like, girls notoriously just end up like dating an ugly guy.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But
And
And
fucking
that's
an
why they
ugly
don't want
guy.
to have sex with them.
Wait.
What are you saying?
but they don't
Wait,
go for
what
the
were
ugly
we
guy,
talking
but
about?
people just settle is what you're saying.
People settle.
Yeah,
Girls
yeah.
notoriously settle.
Yes.
one of them.
Only girls, huh?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if. I bet you there were no felons on her list though.
I bet you they're fucking were. Oh my god.
I bet she had a good amount of felons on there. Guys who were like, look, I can't get work anywhere. I'll do it for $10.
Oh my god.
I'm fresh out the clink. I've been banging guys for like a decade. So this is a good way to get my toe back into the water. A vagina that 70 penises have recently been in is a little more my speed.
Imagine doing that, and then that girl Sophie Rain made like $40 million for like, I don't know, posing like in her underwear.
Yeah.
It's like, go do that, girl. Why you came up with like what? This is not like you didn't have to do this. This is your fucking idea. Go do that shit instead. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how 1,000 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
1,000 is like saying a billion, a gigabillion. Like it's just not gonna fucking happen. That would take if 100 guys took 14. It would have to be like,
dude. You just saying a billion just reminded me. I when I was in Italy, I was very on the other side of the world. Didn't pay attention to much. I did tune in for the rundown just to watch you talk Juan Soto and all that good stuff. And I remember you guys were talking about how it didn't matter, like the money, how the Yankees like realized.
Cohen would have just kept going.
They'll meet you at 785. He's going 8. It didn't matter.
Right.
And you guys were like, he has unlimited money. It doesn't fucking matter. And all of that exceptionally true. He has $21 billion, unlimited money. When I saw that Elon Musk crossed $400 billion the other day,
I know.
I was like, what are we doing, dude? $400 billion. I thought he had like $200 billion.
No, well,
$400 billion is insane.
He did like not too long ago. But if you just think about how money begets money, it's like.
That's fucking. He's gonna have $1 trillion.
Yeah,
he's gonna have $1 trillion one day.
This reminds me of the
He went from like 100 to 400 in like a couple years.
The hypothetical that I sent. That's if you got $2 million a day, but you had to spend it all the way to the end of the day, or else you go to jail. Could you do it?
$2 million per day?
$2 million
you
per
have
day.
to spend $2
You
million.
have to spend. No, absolutely not.
It's so hard to do. That's like that Brewster's Million movie back in the day. It's too old now. Nobody knows what it is, but it's like $1 million. You have to spend $1 million, and you can't have anything to show for it at the end. So you can't be like, I bought a house. So it has to be spent on things that are now like gone.
You could never do that.
Well, I think there was like I don't remember what happens in the movie, but I think like somebody was like, I bought a rare stamp for like hundreds of thousands of dollars and then mailed it. Used it as.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Shit like that. So.
But
you
like
have to come up with shit like that.
$2 million. Like I don't know if I could do it in a day. I don't know. I think I go to jail day one.
You'd have to go to the strip club at the end of the night every night. And just be like, there you go. Whatever you
but
have
then
left.
by fucking night 3, there's no strip club left. Everyone's a millionaire.
Yeah. You just keep going around the country.
No one
every
wants
strip
to.
club.
Yeah, all the women in town have millions of dollars. They don't need to strip anymore.
It is interesting though, because it's like to me, I'm like, I'll go for it. But if jail, I've always said, if jail's on the one side of the hypothetical, I'm taking the other side no matter what. So.
Oh, because you wouldn't do well.
But jail's on the side of taking the money.
I'm saying I just wouldn't do that. Yeah, I just wouldn't engage in it at all.
Yeah, right. Agreed.
Because it's like, I would like to spend $2 million a day, but the second you don't, you go to jail.
I wouldn't even have fun spending $2 million a day.
I'm sure you would.
You would for like a day, but then it's like so much like consumption.
Yeah.
Like today I was want to sit on the couch.
I was gonna say my favorite thing in the world is just sit on the couch. It costs $0. Yeah. Like the day that it's like you got to get up and go spend $900,000 more dollars.
Yachts, yeah.
It's like ugh. I'm sure once you figure out some, like, I saw today there's a bottle, I didn't know this existed, a bottle of Macallan 60, I believe it is. It's a $125,000 bottle of liquor.
Really?
Like, I guess you can buy those. I don't know, drink that. Like, there is like shit that's expensive that you don't even.
There's like the gold
know
burger.
Huh?
Like the gold burger.
Yeah, like things that you just, like everything that you do.
What the hell's that cost?
It's like $1,000.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here?
Most expensive thing you can do.
I was like, I could get a nice shirt.
I would stay on.
That's when you know you're like a broke piece of shit when you can't even figure out what you would spend money on. How much are those pants? Oh, those are 200. Oh, okay. A little bit more than usual. Yeah. Take 1,000 pairs of those, please.
That's the proposition with spending $2 million. It's like, I heard there's a good cheeseburger out there.
Bro, remember we did that once? Remember we went to that place and got the gold wings?
Yeah, where was that?
They had like gold.
Oh, that
gold
was like
flaked
Ainsworth
wings
or some shit like
yeah,
that.
and they were like, $100 wings.
Yeah.
They were just like regular ass wings. But I think Elon. You know what? When I saw that the other day, it made me think about. I'm just gonna keep dumping all my money into Bitcoin, no matter what the cost is. Like, there's only 21 trillion Bitcoin. Period. There will only ever be 21 trillion Bitcoin.
Oh,
imagine
really?
if there was only $21 trillion, how much a dollar would be worth.
Yeah.
I mean, if this one guy has 400 billion, there's billionaires everywhere. There's trillions upon trillions upon trillions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just not, or is it 21 million Bitcoin? Sorry,
21 million.
Yeah, 21. So these guys are pushing trillions, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great. I honestly
think
didn't even know
about
that.
all of the millionaires and billionaires in the world, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So if you have one of them, you're one of a fraction of people in the world who are going to have them.
Yeah.
And it stops in 42 or 4 or something like that. It stops. It's done. There are no more ever.
So there aren't 21 million right now, but
Correct.
there will be.
Right now, there's still the mining and all that shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but like they still are solving those mathematical equations, which then create Bitcoin, which allowed like the market to be fed. But every 4 years, that they do half, and it gets harder and harder and harder, and then it stops. So imagine if you were just like, I've got, these guys who have like thousands of Bitcoins. It's like there's only millions of Bitcoins, period. So, and
Wait, how did they come across that number? Is it
I don't know how they came up with it, but that was. It's one of the weirder like systems where it's like I always kept being like, someone's gonna find a way to just be like, fuck it, we're making more. It's like the way the U.S. Reserve like prints more money because they just do it, and I don't quite understand.
You went horsey there.
What?
You went a little horsey.
What, horsey? What does that mean?
Did you hear?
I heard it.
Yeah. They print more money.
Print it.
You want a name for us? Ooh, Kevin's a little horsey boy.
Print the money.
They will print money. I can't do it because I have Lucy's in, but
Imagine somebody's on like TV talking.
they're just I can't do it. Printing them. They're I can't do it.
Can't do it. Oh. Well, look who wants to be a horse boy now.
I can
There
do
you
it,
go.
just
Wow,
not
that was
and say print.
Print.
Print. There it is.
You gotta do it now. Boys are just so dumb, huh? Guys
Print.
are just so stupid. It was good.
Good. Yeah,
This is the horse section of our show. People are just turning off the show. Fuck this podcast. I've been doing it for 15 goddamn years. What do you want from us? But yeah, 400 billion is like I really do think at some point you gotta start giving it away or some shit. Like what? 400? What? I always wonder what that means too. I know a lot of it's not liquid. You doesn't have 400 billion like sitting there, right? But a lot of it is.
But you
have
also
like a
do.
bank account that has like
Like when you say it's not liquid,
$75
you
billion.
have it. You just don't feel like taking it out. It's there. You can take it if you want it.
Right, but I mean like in terms of just like actual dollars, is there? It's like Twitter's worth this much, and SpaceX is worth that much, and Tesla's worth that much. It's probably a lot of it. But do you have like 50 billion ready to just go? 100 billion, 10 billion? Like I don't know how much of that is just money that you could be like, I'll transfer that to you right now.
Yeah.
I don't have to sell anything. I have I have $75 billion just sitting there. That's insane.
That's nuts.
It's insane. It's like, no wonder there's fucking inflation. Like, everybody just has all the money.
Yeah,
There's money everywhere. This means nothing. We're gonna have $1 million bills soon. It's gonna be like those countries where bread costs like $1 million because Elon Musk has 400 of it. That's nuts.
It's so much money.
And that's why he's like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? It's like, if you had $400 billion, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to anybody about anything ever. I do like whatever I want. It is kind of crazy that he's like a full-blown autistic dude. Like, that's, you know, it gets overlooked a little bit. He's nuts, man.
Has he been diagnosed? Like,
yeah. I'm pretty sure
like
he's like full-blown, yeah.
The autists, like, is he kind of like their champion?
I think so. I would make him my king if that was.
I think it's more World of T-shirts. Like,
Dude,
this is our guy right here. I watched Heretic the other night. Either of you guys seen it?
That's the scary one.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Heretic.
I recommend you watch it.
Yeah?
I can't.
Why?
I
You don't like scary movies? She's
Yeah.
a pussy.
I recommend you watch it for one very specific scene.
Which movie is this? Heretic?
It's Hugh Grant.
Okay, yeah.
The
A24.
There's the whole thing is about these two girls.
Two young missionaries become ensnared in a deadly game of cat and mouse when they knock on the door of a diabolical Mr. Reed. Trapped in his home, they must turn to their faith if they want to make it out alive.
He's like a I don't know
Religious freak.
Yeah, like I don't know what he studies religion, so he knows all about every religion.
Anthropologist? No.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what it is, but he's got like, so he's like poking holes in things, but like finding truths in things, and it's kind of interesting. Like I didn't know, and I haven't researched this, but it seemed accurate. Where he was like talking about how Catholicism is like the collection of all these religions. He's like, December 25th is the birthday of God on like this religion, which was 1,000 years before Catholicism, and it's all kinds of interesting shit like that. And they're debating. They're Mormon, so it's Mormonism comes up, and all these religions and stuff come up, and then about halfway through the movie, there's something that moves the plot forward, and things change, and there's kind of this conversation between the girl and him, and she's like, "I think something happened tonight. I think you're off kilter, you're off book right now, and you don't know what to do. I think something happened." And he's like, "Oh, really? Because what about maybe it's blank, 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 blank?" And he starts like spelling out this new theory of all these religions they discussed. But this new theory is this one called the simulation theory. And they both go, "This one's not sticking, is it?" like the whole movie they've had
This one's dumb. Only idiots would talk about this.
Like she's like, "You can tell this one's not really sticking, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah, I kind of can."
But that's the thing is like, how is that less credible than a big man in the sky?
No, they're not.
grants your
It's
wishes?
not.
Yeah, it's
just they're all not really credible.
And I'm not saying that simulation is credible. I'm just saying that
Double slit theory.
But like that's what you're saying is like the same thing people said about fucking Scientology when that came out. Like, why is this less credible than that? And that just has more lore to it. You're right. Like they're both as equally insane, but this one has 2,000 years of people thinking it out.
Dumb people thousands of years ago who were stupider than they are now and more gullible than they are now believed it. So,
but then but in those 2,000 years since, people have found things to support it. So that has more time of people like looking for evidence to support it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in any of them, but like there is more. There's more lore. It's not even, I wouldn't even use the word evidence, but there's more lore. There's more like stuff to back it up.
It's a better told and sold story.
Exactly. Where I can go, yeah, you're right. I can't explain that one. Yours is just like, we're a computer.
We got to work on our pitch.
Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, so riddle me this. Like, you say that. I don't know. I always say riddle me this. Like, I don't like that about myself.
Jackie's gonna come in just like Jim Carrey.
Question marks everywhere.
Every time I hear myself too when I talk about the simulation. But stop saying that. Okay,
but riddle me.
Hear me out. Okay, you say that we make computers like after ourselves, right? But like computers dying is a fault. We're not like designing computers specifically to die at the end of like the day or whatever when it's all charged up. No, we don't. Like we just have not figured it out. If we could figure it out, we would. Same way that we go to sleep. Like,
but like I mean, like tech companies. What's it called? Planned. That's not opulence.
same way with like bugs.
What's
like
the word?
Obsolescence.
Yeah. Like planned obsolescence is a thing in tech.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm sure that they can make it a little bit, but like you would need like a giant. They haven't figured out how to fully make like a charge that will last 1,000% of the time, you know? Same way that, like, we go to sleep. Wait, hold on. I'm losing it a little bit. The point is, like, if we're creating computers to, like, match us. Yeah, like, it doesn't, and, like, same with, like, cancer and, like, some kind of bug that your computer has. Like, these aren't, like, faults that we're trying to design after us. We just happen to have the same faults.
Okay.
You know
You're saying,
what I
like,
mean?
so the naturally occurring
problems with the computer naturally occurring problems are the same ones that we have, which is kind of crazy. Like, even
you get
like
tired, you lose your battery.
get tired,
you get
like,
sick, you get a virus, like that kind of shit.
But they're the same things that like animals have. Like it's
but we are animals.
Yeah.
So that's all the same like category. But
Okay.
I'm saying like we're not designing these like people are like, yeah, computers are a lot like us because we designed them to be like us. But then like, why do they have the same faults as us? Even like
we're not trying to make it so that it gets a virus, but it happens.
Like the flow of like one example is like the way that like water flows or whatever is like we haven't been able in real life to figure out that like equation. Like people have for years and years and years tried to figure out like I don't know what that means, but the way the water flows and like in animation, like the one thing they can't figure out is how to like design water so that it flows in a way that actually makes it look like it's the same things that we can't figure out between online or like on computers and here.
Okay.
So that's just another thing to think about.
Just putting that out there for you to think about.
Just putting that out.
I promise you this much: John will never think about
Yeah,
it.
he's never gonna think of that.
John,
I've been riddled.
You've riddled me. You've riddled me that.
Yeah, no, the water situation does. Yeah, I don't have an answer for you there.
I'll tell you what is a problem are the drones. They need to just come out and come up with a story.
Yeah.
Come up with a fucking story. Because it's going to be.
Well, I've kind of missed this.
So the last
Put it in our song.
We're going on we're going on like a month now. It's been like since Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's just been drones over New Jersey. And now it's starting to get over New York. And nobody knows who they are. And like government officials, local government, like New Jersey, senators and governors and mayors, all that shit are like, we don't know what it is. We're asking questions. We're being told they don't know what it is. The Pentagon is like, these are not ours. Then they're like, oh, so they're foreign? And they're like, nope, they're not foreign. And then they're like, well, is there any danger? And they're like, we don't think so, but we don't know. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I agree.
But they have like red and green lights. They're like almost like FAA compliant. They look kind of like a plane.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not an alien, otherworldly thing. It's like a person made this. And I guess they don't have any answer. So I guess that would lead you to think that there's like some black ops, something in the government that's like above even the FBI and the Pentagon because they're like, we don't know. But I don't know. Come up with a fucking story and just tell us that.
But like, I don't need a story.
You don't, but the whole goddamn rest of the world does.
Why do people need a story? Like, there's so much stuff happening that I don't know about, and I don't like. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like most of the things in the world, I don't know what they are or what their purpose is. Why do I need to know what the drones are for?
But most people aren't like you, and then they become these like. If we don't have
people are like shooting them down and shit.
Yeah.
Like people go crazy when they don't know.
We need
so just say
some order, like not to be like a communist, but like at some point, like we need some good old fashioned.
Well, why do you deserve this answer? I don't know. It's a fucking thing in the sky.
Because you're fine. Like you're not gonna do anything crazy. But there's people out there who are like, like if there's like if there's this non-government, like they don't even know what it is. There's no order, and they're gonna go crazy and shoot things down.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So some people, there's a couple theories. One is that there's a mothership, an Iranian mothership off the coast of America that is sending in smaller drones to spy. I'm picturing like a goddamn Independence Day, like gigantic ship, like off the coast of Jersey. That I don't think that's the case. Some people think that there's a theory that actually I don't know if it's a theory or Google this. I think it's actually news that a nuke went missing in Ukraine. I don't know if that's a rumor or.
I'm on this episode of Designated Survivor right now.
Yeah,
drones looking for Ukrainian nuclear bomb.
But is that is there? That's what I was going to say, is that the rumor is that these drones are looking for it, but I don't know if there's actually a missing nuke or if someone just made that part up too. But so that's a theory, is that there's...
It's a theory, right?
And then there's a theory that there was some guy who like runs a fucking drone company or some shit and said that a lot of these are used to test for radiation So they think that there's a dirty bomb, something went wrong, that there's radiation out there. But so the problem is, I think why you need to tell people shit is because they start saying shit like this.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're going to have crazy people being like, we're getting covered in radiation. There was a couple stories went viral.
No, that's a fair argument.
A couple stories went viral that this guy was like, my neighbor was in the military and he just picked up with his family and left. And then someone else was like, my neighbor was military and they're gone too. So now they're like, all the people in the military knew to like evacuate the area. So it's like, just say the fucking weather balloon thing. Be like, we're testing the weather. And then people will go, okay. and smart people will be like, no, you're not. But what's that?
This was like for like Google Maps. Just
Yeah,
like
right. That's what I was what I first thought it was going to be. Is like, this is a new way to do GPS. I'd be like, all right, that sounds reasonable. The thing is, though, it's been like every night for 3 weeks, and it goes on for the whole night, and there's like dozens of them. Some of them are like the size of a car. Some of them are big. Some of them are small. And then they said,
It's just someone's bar mitzvah.
just a videographer getting good pictures. They said when they flew their drones next to it, up to it, because people are like trying to go after them, that they would like die immediately.
Whoa.
But yeah, you can't trust any of that shit either.
These are like the same people in Texas with the snow. Like, I put the snow in the microwave and it doesn't melt.
Right. It's like, you just don't know. They were like, my battery
you
was
don't know
fully
what
charged.
You're doing, dude. You don't understand science.
Yeah, they were like, my battery was fully charged, and like then it would die, and I was like,
Why don't
it
we
probably
just go
wasn't
with
fully
those
charged.
batteries that you were talking about that could never die?
They do have more. I mean,
Wait, speaking of the snow people, whatever happened to the people who like became magnetic because of COVID? Remember who got the vaccine? They're like, now spoons stick to me. What's that guy up to today?
That was unbelievable. It was the equivalent of people like hanging spoons on their nose, right? And everyone was like, look at this.
He would be like, look, I have 1,000 spoons on me since the vaccine. And everyone's like, I don't know, this guy's got a good point. Maybe something's happening.
You gotta be the dumbest motherfucker alive. Be like, cover me in spoons, bro. We'll get rid of this vaccine. Cover me in metal.
You should do like a draft of like the weirdest things come out of COVID.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with you?
I tickled my nose.
Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, don't even know how to say it, and Levitra, put at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. The process is simple. All you have to do is sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part is it's all done online. That means no visit to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, no worry about any of that. You can take them anytime, day or night, and you can plan your day ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. And for you lucky KFC Radio listeners, exclusively, we've got a special deal for the audience. Try Blue Chew for free. Free $99. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit bluechew.com. That's bluechew.com to receive your first month for free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring KFC Radio. Omaha Steaks is the perfect gift to deliver comfort and joy to the ones you love with curated gift packages. Omaha Steaks consistently delivers unrivaled quality and taste, hand-selected by master butchers from the finest grain-finished beef, extra aged, flash frozen at peak flavor, and delivered right to you. Again, I got one story that I think really sells the Omaha Steaks, and that is the fact that my uncle still talks about it to me. That's it. I got it for him like 3 years ago. Every day, every time we talk, every holiday, that's all we talk on during. He goes, that was such a nice gift, man. That was such good steak. Bacon wrapped fillets. He loved those ones. The bacon wrapped fillets were the big one, but they also have things like chicken, burgers, hamburgers, steaks. They got apple tartlets. They got desserts. They got everything that you could possibly want. It is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Grass-fed, grain-finished beef has more marbling for exceptional flavor and is the choice of steakhouses and professional chefs around the world. Give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Comfort and joy with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide on unforgettable gifts and more. And for an extra $30 off, use promo code KFC at checkout. Minimum purchase may apply. That's Excuse me. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com, OMAHA steaks.com, and an extra $30 off with promo code KFC at checkout.
I've found hell on earth, and it is children's basketball. Holy cow! Watching 8-year-old girls play basketball. Caitlin Clark's not doing enough.
No.
These girls got to get better, man. This is the other day it was 4-1 at the half. And I was just dying. It's just a jump ball every single time. They just dribble right into somebody and they just hold the ball. Jump ball.
Shay plays in a girls' league?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I feel like girls' leagues.
You want to hear some fucked up shit? Some really fucked up shit. I don't even know if I was going to tell this.
I thought that was kind of like a dig at Shay, being like, she's pretty butch. Like,
No.
She plays with the girls?
I think like I played hockey with girls until like high school, and then there were girls team and boys teams. Like it was like the girls
I think
just kinda
hockey's
played
just,
with us.
there's so many kids who play basketball. It's like soccer, you know? So there's so many kids who play basketball in her school. They split up the teams. Shay's team stinks. They lose every game. And then the other team, same age group, just 12 other girls because there's too many. And they have this superstar. She scores like 20 points a game, and they win every game. And some fucking degenerate in the crowd stood up while she was just killing this other team and goes, "That's a boy. She shouldn't even be on the court. Get her out of here. That's a boy." She's just a regular, not like it would really matter, but she's just a regular fucking girl. She's just good at basketball. And it was not my team. I'm like ready to like hunt these people down and ruin their lives.
That's fucking insane.
That is like she's probably 8.
That's
and like and apparently, as I understood it, like the gym, it was like record scratch. Like the girl like turned and was
Oh my
like,
god, that's gonna like be one of those things that just like haunts the girl.
absolutely. I was like, if that was me, I think it was a woman too. I think it was a mom. I think I would like punch
The
that
mom
woman in
who
the
said
face.
it?
Yeah.
Dude,
And I
someone needs
guess-
to throw her a fucking blanket party.
Well, I guess a bunch of the dads were like, "You got to get the fuck out," and they kicked her out. I hope it was like a vicious kick, like a literally like a bouncing.
Yeah, I hope that 8-year-old boy goes and kicks the shit out of her.
Like if it's the girl, I don't know fully, but it's like the girl I'm thinking of, and I understand it to be. It's like regular fucking girl. And
that I never even thought about that. Like that must happen a lot.
just like
now.
anytime your kid's getting fucking worked by someone, the default now is
Yeah.
like, "That's a boy."
Right. That's
Fuck
fucking insane.
you. So I heard that like they're like asking around and like trying to like run it up the league like to like the commissioner. I think it's CYO, so it would be like a pastor or something like that. And like,
Oh, good luck.
I was gonna say the last person you want fucking running it, they'll just hide that shit. But I was like, that team. I mean, you don't want to like punish the kids, but I want to be like, that team should be like blasted out of the league forever.
Yeah.
That is fucking.
I'm sure she had like some post-nut clarity on that, being like, why did I say that?
Not clear.
Well, I don't know, just like being but I'm saying like in the heat of the moment.
Lily Phillips over here. I shouldn't have called that kid a transsexual.
Yeah, but like in the heat of the moment, you're
I
like,
would
they're 8-year-olds playing
sincerely
basketball,
fucking
yeah.
hope, man. Like if you don't have regret after that, I think I would lock that woman up.
Yeah.
I legit, that's like a pre-crime. I don't think that woman can be trusted.
No.
For, like, anything.
No.
If that's your default in a public setting to do that, you should probably go to jail.
Yeah.
Or at the very least be beat up.
Right.
Like,
lose her job.
yeah, right. That's like I usually don't like, like that. I don't want people to call someone's job, lose your scholarship, whatever it is. That woman probably should. The worst should befall that woman. Like if I heard that like 5 dads beat the shit out of her in the parking lot, I'd be like, cosign.
Yeah.
Fucking cosign that. Like I wish I was there. The only thing I don't like about it is that I wasn't there to get a kick into. I mean, if that was Shay, I would. Not exaggerating, I would like bum rush that woman in the crowd.
Right.
I would be out of control, insane. I don't know what if their parents were there or what, but like, I also love to think that like the game resumed and she just fucking started killing them.
Yeah.
Fucking put her
They
on
don't
your
boo
head.
nobody. Run down the court.
One of my like few memories from I played basketball when I was like younger, and then like for some reason it was like I was really young, and like for some reason in the middle of the game like there was like this bench. And it was like wooden, and then there was like a hole in it, and there was water in it. And I like
Everybody knows the wooden bench hole, the water bowl hole bench.
Yeah, I was like whatever, and I like went over and I like drank from it as if I were a dog. And my parents were like, what possessed you to do that?
I can't even picture. Yeah. You said a bench?
It's like a bench.
Indoor court, outdoor court?
And there was like indoor court. And there was like a divot in the bench. And then there was...
Filled with water?
There was water for some reason.
That's called a puddle.
Yeah, so there was a puddle in the bench.
Like somebody spilled their water on the bench.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I've never
spilled...
even heard of what we're describing here.
No, it's not a thing. It's like just there happened to be a puddle on the bench. Okay, you're getting too caught up. And then for some reason, I just go and I drink from it like a dog.
Like
when you say like drink from like a dog, did you crawl to it?
Yeah.
Why don't you just show us?
I don't know. No. You see, you need a divot in there. I don't remember how I got to the water, but I do remember being on my hands and knees. And then I just remember a mom coming up to, like, some kind of mom coming up to me and being like, hey, dude, like, what are you doing?
Is there a problem?
Yeah. And then I just remember my parents being like, but why did you do that?
So those are your basketball memories, huh?
How?
And then they're just like, this is just not for her.
I guess with your hands, like, how deep was the hole? Because, like, I'm picturing, like, those wooden benches that pull out.
Yeah.
Like
and then
the bleachers?
just a regular hole. Yeah, bleachers, and then just a regular hole in it. So
you guys are getting really worked up on the logistics of this. Hole's not the right word.
I think
it's more like a divot.
Okay, so it was a divot.
Well, you described it as a wooden bench. It's just the fucking bleachers with water on it.
Yeah, with water on it, and there was like
because there's like a little bit of a.
I more emphasize the puddle because I wanted to like say the point, like it was enticing. It was like
you would want it to. If you saw it, you'd be licking your chops.
It wasn't just like that. Like I wouldn't be like, you know, possessed to go like drink water from that right now. But if you get a little hole, if you get a little divot in there, it's just might. I don't know.
It's just might.
And I just remember being like,
it's funny you say that because I see like watching some of these girls like. I mean, no one went as far to drink a puddle of water off the fucking ground, but like a girl on her team, on Sheas' team, laid fully down on the bench. She had her stomach and her arms and legs were dangling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then another two girls sat right next to each other with their arms around each other on the bench. And I was just like, girls are so weird. It just would like never happen on a boys' team. So I was watching that, and if one of them just like got down on their hands and knees and started slurping up bench water, I might be like, I don't know, those girls are weird. Like, it wouldn't be that crazy.
I think I had just learned about the concept of like dogs using their tongues as like little bowls.
Oh, so you were lapping it up.
So yeah. I was making like a whole scene.
I'm sure the refs were like,
foul?
Yeah.
2 fouls? Like,
yeah. Sometimes like this is like one of those. I mean, everyone has embarrassing stuff when they're kids, but like just sometimes when people are like, oh, like I think I've said this, but like when people are like, oh my god, when you like say to the waitress like, oh, you have a good meal too, I'm like, you guys are not doing enough embarrassing shit. If that is
that's your worst story. Yeah, I heard you say that on Fishbowl. It's like that's
that's
very
a great
normal.
point.
Like very fucking.
That's
normal.
what you're thinking about it.
I drank bench water. Okay. I drank bench water, and everyone made fun of my nipples for 12 years. Okay. I don't give a fuck that I told the waitress to have a good meal.
Yeah, they called me baloney nips. Yeah, that's so true. And we're all just a little horsey today, I guess.
How was Wicked?
I know, actually, like I have my thoughts on it. It was so good.
Well, I haven't seen it. I still really want to see it.
I didn't realize they duned us that there's part 2.
Oh yeah.
But what they give you
like
is
a natural
enough.
breaking
it's
point.
like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good. The ending, like, chills.
I actually went to the
chills.
play the day Wicked came. I went, instead of going to the movie, I went to the play. And
what about me? I'm John. I don't go to Wicked the movie.
Well, don't worry.
I made a point to go to the theater.
Don't worry. I'd already seen it. This was my second time seeing it. But I didn't feel good, so I left at I left at intermission. And I was like, because it ends on Defying Gravity. I don't know if the movie does, but like, I was like, I saw Popular. I saw Defying Gravity. Like, this is a good breaking point. But I still haven't seen the movie I want to, because I think it's going to be the inverse of Barbenheimer, because I thought Gladiator was good. I've seen it twice. I liked it a lot more the second time.
Those came out on the same day?
Yeah. I want to go see September 5th today, though. That's what I'm going to go see tonight.
What's that one?
I think that's going to be my favorite movie of the year.
What's that about?
It's about the I love like journalism movies, so it's kind of like spotlighty, I guess.
So annoying. I love journalism.
Well, it's about like they're always investigating something interesting.
Yeah.
Like and like All the President's Men is one of my favorite movies. Spotlight, one of my favorite movies. This is the
September 6th is my birthday, by the way, so this is a good way to remember it.
It's a great way to remember it. Yeah. It is the Munich Olympics, the terrorist attack, and like I forget what news organization it was, like CBS or ABC or whatever, but basically their sports division was like, no, we're not throwing it back to news division. Like this is our story.
Hell yeah.
And it's like them covering it, but it's like sports journalists trying to figure out how you cover a fucking terrorist attack. Yeah. And it stars Peter Sarsgaard, and I love him. Dude,
Say Nothing is so fucking
yeah.
You guys seen the show yet? It's about the IRA, and I feel like I'm always prone to that. Like I'm just lean towards anything there's so much Italian mob shit that when you get a little bit of the Irish stuff, it's cool, and it's all at least based on a true story and true and real people. But it's fucking great. If you, I know a lot of people have been watching Lioness off of our recommendation. Once you're done with that, move on to Say Nothing, and it's like the two girls. I think they were the first girls in the IRA who weren't just like sewing and doing medic shit. You know, they were blowing shit up and whatnot. But it's cool. There's Jerry Adams is like the head of the IRA, I guess, at least in this point in the story. And at the beginning and end of every episode, it says Jerry Adams denies any and all involvement in the IRA. Like they had to put out a disclaimer every fucking episode. It's like, I think Jerry Adams was in it. Yeah. But it's kind of like it's being told in two different. It's like almost a guy's doing like a podcast or like a record. There's some sort of like recording going on, and he's sitting down with the girl like 40 years later, and she's retelling the story. So it's kind of like two timelines. And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've heard very
really
good.
It's really, really good. We're in a moment, man. They just keep on coming out. I heard The Agency on Showtime is good. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, start that. I finished Lioness last night. I think I finished it.
Yeah,
that final episode was fucking awesome.
Banger. I thought the middle of season 2 was like, if I had to pick the worst part of Lioness, I thought they kind of lost their way there. Another just lesbian relationship just jammed in a show for no reason. Those are all over the fucking place. If you would have told 13-year-old me that one day there's gonna be lesbians in every TV show and you're gonna be mad about it, I would have told you no fucking way. But I'm watching and I'm like, oh, I know where this is going. Like they just lock eyes for a second. I'm like, they're gonna kiss. They're gonna fucking kiss for no goddamn reason. It was like never in a million years. They're kissing. It makes no fucking sense.
Some kind of like quota that you have to have
I don't want to be one of those people, but it feels that way.
Yeah.
It really, for some of these shows. What was remember the Edgar Allan Poe one that was like checked every fucking box.
Yeah.
Like some of them are just like insane.
But you know what? I actually I thought like that for a while. I actually saw Sam J kind of explaining it once, and I was like, oh, that actually makes sense.
I guess if you think about how many straight,
but she wasn't even saying it
like
she's like, look, I want to tell my stories, but I want other people to have access to them. Where she was like I want other people to be able to relate. And like, yes, every story is relatable on any sense, but it's easier to relate when you see people who are like you doing it.
That I don't mind that. I'm more like the one in Lioness is like the most inappropriate time for any sort of romantic involvement.
Yeah, right.
Like we are in the middle of like a cartel, international terrorist like mission, you know, and you're like, let's fucking fool around in bed right now. Like literally, I think they get interrupted. Like it's go time. It's like if there was any potential for go time any minute, I'm not like fingering some girl, straight or gay. It's all crazy.
But like I see where she was coming from when it was like, if you have this character written and their sexuality, it doesn't matter what they are. Like it doesn't matter if it's creed, race, color, like anything. If it doesn't matter, then why not have them be something else? Because then that group of people finds the whole story easier to relate to, because like, oh, someone like me is involved in this,
right?
And then it's more of mass appeal, all that stuff. I was like, oh, that actually, like, from a business sense, makes a lot of sense,
right?
Like,
right. I think it's just more it was stories, shows. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they were all shows where it was like, you just don't need a romantic relationship right now, and they're just fisting it in there.
It's actually not wokeism. It's actually capitalism. They want more
Right,
people
more
to
money.
watch it.
Yeah. It's the greedy billionaires you people fucking hate. You want to fuck the assassin?
He doesn't really do it for me, and I.
That's the other thing
have
is
said this before,
I
like,
think he's overrated. Even forget about the murdering
yeah.
thing.
I also don't really like my guys with baggage. Like I like them pretty like perfect. And other than the felon, like there's some that have slipped through the cracks for sure. But like,
There was a felon, the guy who used to pretend to be the
but I'm
zombie.
never gonna be somebody that's like I can change you. I've said this. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't. I'm not gonna change you.
Nobody should be that. That's the worst thing you can be.
I mean, I can't do it. Like I don't.
It's like,
I'm
like
better in
nothing
whatever.
else in the world would you be like, hey man, like this car is a real piece of shit. I'm gonna drive it off the lot. I'm gonna fix this up.
Like,
No,
I'm gonna
like,
get
I
a
want the one that works.
Ferrari,
Well, that was a
yeah.
bad example because people do that a lot.
Yeah, but not like they don't want it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they don't like. It's not like their thing. You know, it happens, but it's not like you want a shitty. Give me the one that's broken.
I saw that video of him skateboarding yesterday. I was like, damn, he is cool. Do you see that video?
yo,
He's like a good ass skateboarder, dude.
I really though. I get it that healthcare is fucked up and shit, but like, he just is a murderer, and people like just openly. I said this with Ricky the other day when we haven't talked about it yet together though, but it was like government name, face on your profile, being like this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like he's a psychopath.
I-
Who put out this manifesto and all this shit? It's like he's like a school shooter, except he picked a different topic, and you guys are like, "Fuck yeah!"
But
that dude.
I personally agree with you. I'm like I don't know, man. But like, if my mom died because healthcare denied her, I would take that as like a personal attack. Like if it was like my mom has diabetes and they're like, we're not covering it anymore.
I get
and
that.
my mom died. I'm like, well, you fucking killed my mom.
I do get that, but like, it's just, I don't know. It's like when a bunch of fucking cops end up dead because there was police brutality, and it's like, well, I wanted to make a point. You know what I mean?
No.
Or like if I was just like, if somebody murdered a bunch of cops and they were like, well, cops were bad to like my cops abused,
But if it was like the cop who did it, I'd be like,
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's like,
be like, yeah, I don't know, you killed the cop who killed your mom. I don't agree with your actions, but I see how you got there.
Yeah, I guess it's like same people. I'm gonna, fucking kill the CEO of Planned Parenthood. You know what I mean? Like these are all things that if you just feel a certain way about it, you can't go around killing people.
Look, you're not getting an argument from me. I
Yeah.
completely agree, but I also
I can relate to it. I'm just like, I think it's very childish to be like, I don't like this thing, so we kill people over it. That's pretty bare minimum as a human to not do that, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I just like I always talk about that scene in Homeland when Claire Danes is like talking to the kid who she's like banging that kid in like season 3 in like Afghanistan or whatever
Yeah.
country they're in. And he there's a line that always stuck out to me where he was like, it's a beautiful blue sky day, and he points to the sky and he's like, your people made me afraid of the sky.
Yeah.
And I was like he's more like drones like dropping bombs on him, and I was like, oh. I can see how you're pretty
the
pissed
bad
at
guy.
us. Like,
Yeah.
like,
No, I get that.
and I can see like
just-
you're like, yeah, you denied healthcare to my mom, my wife, my husband, my whatever, who like could live. They
Yeah.
could live,
Right.
and you chose not to let them live. I get why you're pissed off.
Right,
Like,
right. I just, if you go down the road of like when there's a system that's broken and we don't like it, so we kill people over it. That's.
I mean,
not a great road
it's
to go down.
do you have the juice? Do you have the juice to make it a revolution? Luigi might.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you can make that argument about any revolution in history. You can make
Yeah.
it about the French Revolution. You can make that argument about the American Revolution. Like, oh, we don't have taxes. We don't just kill people. Like, well, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody made a deck of cards with all the CEOs' faces. They have the cards in war when you're playing cards. They have all the terrorists' faces.
Yeah.
So you recognize who they are. So it's like if you're a CEO, you're gonna get murdered. Now.
Did this guy have a wife and kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, that's not
He's a
really
regular
talked about.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's like a regular guy who worked at a fucking insurance company until he rose through the ranks, and it's probably an extremely complicated system. It's like everyone's like, yeah, universal health care. It's like that shit doesn't work. It's like it's very fucking hard to do for a country of 400 million people. Get good care. Well, you're dead now.
Yeah, but I also don't. respect that. Like, it's hard to do. Like, that's what people argued about with NCAA for so long. Like, well, it's hard to figure out how to pay the kids. Well, fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, but it's
out.
like, I do think it's like when you have universal care, like I think you get shitty doctors. You know?
Yeah.
Like I think people come to America for doctors a lot of times because it's like, we're not the free doctors. It's capital, you know what I mean? It's like anything else in the world where it's like, if it's free, it's not high quality, but it's widespread. And, you know, I don't think it's as easy as people think. That's not a reason to not fix it. I get it all. I mean, I've been saying to people, like, the amount of people who are like, you've never had any problems or whatever. It's like, I've dealt with so much bullshit healthcare stuff and so many bills, and I had to go through divorce shit because of healthcare. I had to pay out of pocket for surgery. I've done it all, man. I just don't think you can kill people.
Yeah.
But that is the minority opinion, which is crazy to me.
I don't have the ball. But again, like we've done it throughout history. We've killed people who we disagreed with, and it changed things. I don't think it's the best way to go about things, but it's the only way it's worked most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so. They were like, it's already working, and I don't think it is. I think there was like one thing that got like rolled back or changed, but I don't. If there is sweeping, you know, if it works, yeah. Like that's history. You know, you get to write the history books when you win, but until then, it's like I don't know. But my bigger thing is I just don't think he's as hot as people are acting.
It does make me feel better though about like the fact that he's able to get like for girls are always the ones that are like, well, it changes things if he's hot. Like it's creepy if you're not, but it changes things if he's hot. But now it's like, okay, we all agree that if you're attractive, like you guys are on the same page. If you're attractive, you can get away with more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could get away with murder.
Yeah.
How about the poor bastard who's not going to get his reward?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's like some red tape bullshit.
It's some never snitch.
Yeah,
because they're gonna find a way to fuck you.
Yeah. That, like the next guy who is like the next guy who catches somebody in that case. Rather than just like calling someone right away, it's gonna be like, all right, wait a minute, hang on, I gotta look this up. Who am I gonna call? By the time they fucking figure it out, the guy's gonna be gone.
It's honestly like if you're thinking of it from like a future standpoint, like it's an incritly stupid thing for the government to not be like, here's your $60 grand.
60 grand, dude.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would call. I mean, obviously it would be case dependent, but like I'd probably be like, I'm not getting involved here.
Totally.
And like if 60 grand was an appealing thing. And be like, they're gonna fuck me on that anyway. Like,
right.
I would never call.
This shit. Yeah. I don't want to deal with the police. I don't want to be a witness.
Right. Like, if you want people to keep calling, just don't red tape. 60 grand is literally nothing to the government. Like,
$400 billion from Elon.
Literally nothing.
Print it and pull it out of a little machine. Here's a couple bills.
Yeah, dude.
Like, here's a little stack of cash. There you go. It's crazy. That poor guy.
I'm sure it's like I'm sure he's getting money from somewhere.
I don't think. Oh, maybe somebody like stepped up, but again, there's so few people on the side of this.
Yeah.
On that side, like if it was reverse, I'm sure a celebrity or somebody would be like, "Here you go." But all the celebrities are like, "Fuck that dead guy. You shouldn't have snitched." Did Burger King actually tweet "We don't snitch" or was that a fake tweet?
I'm sure
that had to have been a fake tweet.
I don't know though. There's like almost every other time like that's 100% fake. There's like 1% of me that's like the way this is moving on social media right now. I can see
it was fake.
It's fake. Yeah. I mean there is a lot of support for it.
Yeah.
I think
which
they could
again
have got away
I
with
get.
that.
Like I personally find it hard to like co-sign a murder, but like if you killed my family or like I'd get it.
Yeah.
Like, it fucking makes sense to me. Like,
do you think all these girls would actually fuck this guy? You think they're all talk or they would do it? When it's like, okay, you got to go in a room alone with this guy. Do you believe it or not? Like,
well,
you better be right that he's just mad at the healthcare system because I think he's a little bit nutty.
Actually nutty. But like the photo of him at McDonald's is like that's hot. Like that guy with like the crooked kind of smile thing. I don't think I saw that the same guy.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that there are. They were looking at the eyebrows.
Yeah, the eyebrows or whatever.
Did you see the kid who got dressed and looked exactly like him and gets in the car with his mom? He shows up in like a green jacket and a gray hoodie, and he has like a fro and the eyebrows. And the mom's like, no, go change. It's not a joke. Go change right now. He's like, what are you talking about?
It is also so hot being like him out the car with handcuffs, like being escorted by the police, like that. Yeah.
And yelling.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He was like screaming.
Yeah, he was screaming some, manifesto type shit.
in a fit of rage.
That you see, that's where I'm like.
But no, like I thought it was an appealing fit of rage, where I was like, all right, like this dude's fucking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
you at least you gotta like, continue the job.
Express is all about creating confidence through easy, modern, everyday outfits for whatever life throws at you. I've seen Connor over at Mostly Sports talking about he's getting his foundation for his outfits. He's getting his foundation for his wardrobe. Express is the perfect place to go for that. It's all you need to look and feel your best. That's their holiday collection. It's all you need to look and feel your best for everything you've got going on this season, from Friendsgivings, which have long passed, to holiday parties, to chill nights in. It does not matter. They are quality clothes that look good and feel even better. They have the Pima cotton tee, which is comfy as all hell. They have hyper stretch jeans, bang, comfy again and stylish. 1MX shirts that are breathable, easy care, and made with stretch. The best button down on the market. They have modern tech suits, which are wrinkle resistant and machine washable, so you can wear them again and again. And they have 100% merino sweaters that are super soft, breathable, temp regulating, moisture wicking, and machine washable. They're luxe without the fuss. Find everything you need this holiday season at express.com. Oh, I got a question before changing topics here a little bit. Is stealing, like stealing sweatshirts from guys is obviously a thing. Is stealing socks a thing?
No, but I need the socks right now, so I would do that. Like, it's like you as you get older, like you actually want socks for Christmas.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
maybe it's just like you're aging up where girls are like.
It's like happened fairly, like not regularly.
Because you guys have good socks. You guys have good thick socks.
Yeah,
we have like the dainty little doll socks.
I'll be like, why the fuck are my socks gone? Like, where are all my fucking socks? And I'll see people in my fucking socks. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with my goddamn socks?
Yeah, I'd steal a sock.
Yeah,
I feel like,
yeah, well, you're a dog, so
yeah.
I feel like girls wouldn't want to steal a guy's socks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like every time I see it, I'm like,
you don't want those.
What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah.
Not that I do it. Like my socks are just on my feet. I don't have any weird hobbies with my socks.
Yeah, but you never know. Like most guys, you can't trust. Of like, are they clean? Do they do laundry?
Yeah. Sometimes
how
I do
old
genuinely think like, what do I deserve? Like what? not in terms of that. Like how well do I know this guy? Like, do I deserve a sweatshirt?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know?
Have I earned that?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe it's just like, I'll just go for a pair of socks.
Yeah, because
you gotta work your way up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
if you're a certain caliber and you steal a hoodie, no one's complaining. You know what I mean?
I never
cared in the first place. I mean, I think it's like a little bit of a trope to be like, that was like my favorite hoodie or whatever. I could see a scenario where it's like, I like that hoodie, just don't take it from me. But also, especially at the time of life where I feel like that's happening in like college and shit like that, I'd be like, you can steal my car, girl.
Yeah.
Just keep having sex with me. Like, whatever.
Also, like, I stole that hoodie from my friend, so what do I give a shit? Like, it's like,
Hey, yo.
I did in college, particularly like shore houses and stuff like that. Like half the clothes I wore.
You just
were
put
mine.
something on, like, I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, like I still have like a lot of like pennies. I never played lacrosse. I got like 10 pennies. I played lacrosse 1 year, but none of the pennies are mine.
You call them pennies? As in pennies?
I thought it was pennies.
Pennies. Yeah, not pennies.
Man, I say pennies, and everyone I know says pennies.
Really?
That's not right.
Well, like
pennies?
Me and again every single person that I know.
like a penny, like a
penny, but like a penny.
Nah.
I mean, there was a time in my life I definitely said that.
A penny?
Okay, then why are you acting like?
Well, just like then I was.
Then you
like,
learned the correct way to say it.
So do you spell it PINNY?
I don't know how often I type it out, but I would spell it with an I. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever written it out, but
it's a penny portion. The podcast, I guess.
And that's penny talk.
pennies.
Back to the
Pennies. I mean, it's definitely penny.
It's pennies.
Yeah.
P-I-N.
I mean, it's like it's fine. It's
fine. You can just be like, I was wrong.
No. Here's the thing: is like maybe it's a West Coast thing. What?
But that people on the West Coast say it wrong.
Well, no,
then, yeah,
type
fine.
in like penny jersey.
Comes up.
Yeah, you can type in anything into Google.
Yeah, type in simulation theory.
for
It'll explain
Walmart-
something to you.
For Walmart, it does say pennies or pennies.
Yeah.
It's a penny.
No, you're not wrong. I said it penny for a while.
I do think pennies is a soccer thing. I don't know why. I think pennies is like a basketball thing, and pennies is a soccer thing.
Maybe it's an accent.
Yeah.
The penny.
Because people say, Nichols, get the penny.
Oh.
See, they were probably just making a stupid joke. Like if your name wasn't Nichols, they would probably say penny.
No, but they said penny because I mean this is just an extensive penny portion of the podcast, but like they said penny because it's and it just happened to be funny.
Nah, they said penny because your name is Nichols.
But I could see it maybe being like a soccer thing. Or whatever.
It's definitely a thing. Like I certainly called it penny for a while. It's definitely a thing.
It's a wrong.
I respect that you're sticking to it. What did
you usually stick to the right thing. Penny. I don't even know why are they called either of them.
Yeah.
It's specifically like a mesh jersey.
It's almost like a gay
yeah, it's like a crop top. It's like what like Pat wears to like Fire Island for a regular outfit. Before we go on to voicemails, I do. Now that everyone's back together, Yankee fans are pathetic. They're pathetic. They're pathetic. It's like it's the one time they didn't literally like the one time in history that they didn't get their way, and they melted down like a child. Like when I take an iPad away from a child.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, first of all, the flip on Soto now being like he's not good is just like
yeah, but like they don't really mean that, right? Like it's kind of the same thing.
I think
you're just like making fun on Twitter.
I think these guys like really believe it. I think they're like he's not the man we thought he was, and that's not the kind of guy you want on your team. Like okay,
you've known every step of the way. He's the kind of guy who's going to take as much money. He works for Scott Boras, or Scott Boras works for him. He's going to take the most money.
Yeah, but also like it is nuts that not one player on the team called him. He was like, I haven't talked to any of them since the World Series.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is not putting in a phone call and be like, yo, let's run it back. We're the two greatest.
That's almost hard to believe. Like, maybe it's like I haven't called him, but like we've had dinner together 3 times. Like that. If it's true, it's shocking. But like, it's so shocking that I'm like, it can't be true.
I feel
you
like
haven't even exchanged a text with any of your teammates you just played in the World Series with. That would be. That's weird for everyone involved.
And then they're saying like it shows you what kind of teammate he is. It's like I think that shows what kind of team you guys are because my team has talked to him.
Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo called fucking Juan Soto. Hello, Mr. Soto. It's me, Brandon Nimmo. Like this is gonna be great. Like my guys are all out there talking, and I know it comes down to money, but you're out of your fucking gourd if you don't think it makes a difference that like the Yankees like had a fucking press what's it called, a conference room in a hotel where they said there was no food and it was bring your own drinks and like Hal Steinbrenner didn't like know him at all during the year he was there, and he was like, I was just trying to give you your space. Like they only started talking during the free agency period, and they were like, Juan Soto doesn't even know who Hal Steinbrenner is, and he was like, I just didn't want to like cramp his style.
Imagine if Dave just didn't know who John Gruden was.
Right.
It's like, it's a big hire.
The biggest fucking thing. Yeah, you got him. Like talk to him, know him, and then Cohen like had a fucking like house party with like Latin food and music and like that shit matters.
Yeah.
It might not make the decision, but at the end when the money's close and you're like, which team do I go to? And he's got this Puerto Rican wife, and they know his style. They let his family do whatever they want. Like you can have this suite. All that shit is like, okay, yeah, it's made it easier.
Yeah,
made it all the more easy to just be like, okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's if the Yankees offered $800 million, he plays for the Yankees. But if they're both close, then of course it matters. Yeah.
And it's like I would rather exhaust all those things. I mean,
right.
I know we left it all on the field. You don't know if you gave Juan Soto's family a suite. Would he have been like, okay? Probably not, but I guess we'll never know because you didn't do it. Like that to me, well, we can't do that because Aaron Judge doesn't have that and Derek Jeter doesn't have that. Well, first of all, why the fuck don't they have it? And second of all, tell them that they do have it now, or tell them that times have changed and this guy's got to get it. Like if it was me, it would be like, hey man, do you mind if we give this guy a suite even though you don't have one? Because like then we'll probably go back to the World Series.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. Fucking do it, dude.
Or be like, hey, we're gonna give Soto a suite. A-Rod, yours is on us next year. I don't know if they still currently have them or if they don't currently pay, then who gives a shit? If they do currently pay, be like, you know what?
Starting now, you don't have to.
If you're one of the greatest players of all time, you come to the games for free.
It's like $500,000 to $1 million a year for a suite. It's like
really?
That's like the $60,000 reward.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it, dude. It's fucking crazy.
You're a multi-billion-dollar organization.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, it was a sad showing. It's a real sad showing from people who, otherwise you would think like, at least pretend that they know what they're talking about or like how baseball operates. And
I was like, as a Mets fan, I wasn't even reaching out to the Yankee fans. I wasn't talking any shit, and I just would receive text after text, like, so happy we didn't get him, so happy we didn't know.
Really?
You fucking idiots. You know what? If they got Juan Soto, what they would be. It's just,
of course.
Like, it was embarrassing for them. It really is embarrassing.
Like, I would do that, but I would be like tongue in cheek. Like,
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like, he did look fat at the press conference. Like, I would be like, you know, I'd be making all those jokes, but I'd be like, we know what's going on here. That contract is going to be perfect. Dude, Steve Cohen, this was a couple days ago. He made $220 million in 2 weeks after they signed him. They're like, Juan Soto will pay for himself in a month just based on Steve Cohen's regular business doings.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. $0. It's all fake monopoly money. Crazy. All right, let's go to voicemails. Right, Jackie?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I fear that when I like tap out a conversation, like a lot of people. I think it looks like when I also there's a lot of people thinking like Jackie looks like she's about to cry. I think like when I tap out of conversations, I just also always have a look that looks like I'm.
There are a lot of people saying it looks like we're about to make you cry.
Yeah.
Well, that's an issue. If you could fix that face, that would be great.
No, that's what I'm trying to look as like happy
Jackie's just like,
during this whole thing. But I don't know what's really going on with me recently, but like people have been saying I look like I'm about to cry. I don't know if like my eyes are glassier or more red or like I'm more swollen or something lately, but like I just know that like I'm pleasantly enjoying this conversation from afar and I'm not about to cry.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in on all the hoops and football and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we are being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too. Almost 24/7. There are so many games every day, so many opportunities to place your first bet. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and place your bet. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your best bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFC. That's code KFC for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. When you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours.
As I'm sitting here waiting to get back from my break to go explain insurance to old people, I figured it would be appropriate, since it's been a topic of the podcast lately, to share my $1 million idea, my presidential campaign, something that Kevin can add to his presidential campaign. I'd love an investment in it. Anyways, it's the fact that when you take your driver's test, you take a 5-hour course. And when you turn 26, my plan is to basically have a 5-hour course, 3 hours, 2, whatever, that you get to sit through. I write the curriculum, I have it done, where I explain insurance to you. I explain what an authorization is, I explain what insurance covers, what it doesn't, deductibles, co-insurances, all that sort of stuff. You take a little test, you pick your insurance plan, and then you go on your way. You do it again when you turn 65, you get Medicare, and then you're all done. That's my plan. I'd love to make it happen. And if Kevin would like to invest, my DMs are open.
This girl's going to get murdered.
I was going to say,
You want to put your face on this.
I agree with the idea. I wouldn't take the class.
I sat through like basically that here at Barstool. And
I was gonna say it's offered. Never been.
Yeah.
It's something
I
they
did
should probably
and I
do
cheated
in
out.
school where you have to.
Yeah.
Just like anything else where it's like, I don't want to be here, but I have to like do this to get the credits. Except it's actually somewhat useful to like have some knowledge about that.
I feel like this course probably exists in places like hey, you want to learn about insurance? Watch this YouTube video. This course is out there.
Yeah.
Like there's a million of these courses.
But it's
Your
about
company's
making people.
required to have this course.
Like, it for sure exists. I haven't seen it because I don't want to watch it. I don't know. I mean, we just went through open enrollment. I don't know what I picked.
Dude, you know what is actually one of the funnier parts of this whole saga is so part of, all the shit that I hate about insurance is I ended up linking up with the guy who invented crowd health, and it's like a insurance alternative where you basically like have a whole network of people, kind of like the way the Barstool Fund worked, where it was like everybody helping everybody, and that's the way that you get medical coverage. And as the network grows, like the money comes down, and it's like a far cheaper way to have coverage if you're like a regular person, single person, healthy. You just need insurance for like the catastrophic, you know what I mean? And I was like, I talked to the guy who created it. I asked him a million questions because it was like, I don't think this is gonna work. This seems too like pie in the sky, whatever. Answered all my questions. Seems like a good thing. And he was like, open enrollment is our big time to get people. And so like the day before everything happened, I was gonna like really start to push it. And I was like, I don't think you can be the guy being like, do you not like insurance? Like, promo code KFC. Although people are like fucking dancing in the streets over this, so maybe I could. But it was like, it's either some really good timing or some really bad timing, considering you're about to try to roll out a fucking insurance alternative. But I think if people knew how it worked, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It's like,
again, like I said earlier in the show, I don't know how anything works.
right.
Just fucking keep living, man.
You are astonishingly simple.
Mind your fucking business and just live, dude. I don't know. Like, I'll deal with it when I have to deal with it. It's not. I'm not advocating for living this way, but it's worked so far. So why would I change it?
Yeah. It is like ignorance is bliss. Like just don't worry about it until you got to worry about
it. Yeah.
I came up with another business idea. I can't remember it, but just
good one.
Keep that in mind.
Nice.
All right. In case someone has a good business idea, it might have been mine.
If you hear something, say the Jackie credit. Credit Jackie.
Hey guys, I've been thinking about something a lot recently that I think everyone's probably thought about before, but is not talked about nearly enough. So I'm just thinking about how people tend to be friends with people that are on generally the same attractiveness level as them. And that's like intuitively like, yeah, you know that, but I don't think we really talk about it enough because it's so accepted and like ingrained into society, whatever. Like, isn't it kind of gay that you don't want to be good friends with someone who's like significantly uglier than you? Because I'll be the first, I'll explicitly say it, okay? I'm not going to be best friends with a super ugly person. And that's, okay, that sounds so mean. But think about it.
I thought about this.
Think about it. Neither are you. You don't want to be friends with a really ugly person. And maybe that's because subconsciously you think people are going to project their ugliness onto you and think you're ugly. Like kind of reverse cheerleader effect type thing. But I don't know. I feel like we need to talk about this more, how in a non-romantic, sexual, completely platonic way, you want to know pretty people that are the same level as you. You don't want to be good friends with ugly people. And not because you want to kiss them, but you don't want to be hanging out.
Nobody was talking about kissing.
With someone who's not as nice to look at as you might be. Okay, thoughts on this? I need thoughts on this. Okay, thanks, guys.
I think with girls it makes more sense because your attractiveness is your your personality is kind of like shaped around attractiveness almost because.
You vapid hose.
Yeah, that's just like how whatever. So like you project the same thing.
My personality is hot.
But then like if you get hot, then you get hot girl privilege, and then you like project this confidence, and then it's like confidence matches confidence. With guys, though, I always thought about this in fraternities, like it's gay. Like you guys you do size each other up, and there's like one fraternity that's hotter than the other.
Yeah, I mean I don't know frat life, but I feel like I would never.
I also like whenever used to love this because like whenever like in college we'd like cry about, I'd be like, I feel so ugly. My friend would be like, do you think that I would be friends with you if you were ugly? You're literally not ugly. Like I wouldn't be friends with you. I'd be like, okay, that's a good point.
And then what you're just saying that there's a bunch of ugly girls who hang out together and you're not gonna be friends with them?
No. I'm not like saying that. I'm just saying that like-minded. Okay, no, I see where I did myself in a hole.
I mean, like it's.
But
obviously,
I don't think of myself like I'm not hanging out with like supermodels. Like maybe I'm the.
You're the
yeah. There's groups of people who think you're the ugly.
Yeah,
friend.
I'm like the ugly friend. So it's like. I don't know, but just like you want like-minded people.
I think it affects both sexes. But
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't. I don't think about like if
but you don't think I don't think women think about it like that either. But it's just like people who have similar interests tend to look the same and dress the same, and then like you find people in those interests.
I think
I don't
like,
think
when
you're going out like going like I gotta find a dude who's hot to hang out with me. But like a lot of your same interests end up.
It's also funny,
so?
like the
don't
hot
think
one
so.
of the friend group is in guys is like most times the alpha. So they obviously choose like, okay, he's hot, so he's gonna like tell me what to do, which is gay.
We like my friend group. We have a guy we call our hot friend.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'm trying to think. I think in high school.
What's his name?
Huh?
Who is he?
It's Graham.
What's his,
Graham.
give me his number.
I feel like you've definitely met him.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we call Graham our hot friend. And but like in high school, I think it's kind of like that. Like in high school, you kind of tend to hang around with people who you like. Again, it's like they're athletes. So for a guy to be hot, all he has to do is really be in shape.
Yeah.
So like we all hang out together, and it's like, oh, those people all look alike. Whereas the theater kids hang out and they all look alike because they kind of you have the same off-duty hobbies outside of school. So then you kind of end up looking the same, I think.
Also with girl, like being hot is almost a hobby. Like makeup is like
Right.
And
I think like you
self-care.
you want to go to the party, you want to get into the club, you want to do a lot of that shit. Like
Yeah.
it's usually like the hot girls get in, and I think there are probably some people who are like, we don't want that person weighing us down.
Nobody like does that. It's just like if you project confidence of somebody, like if you're like I'm not friends with not ugly people.
Well, so now your friends are ugly. Huh?
Like
Jackie's friends are not with
my
me.
hot friends aren't like friends with me because, or they like chose me even if I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
No, give me a little more.
Like if I'm the ugly friend or whatever, they're not choosing me because of like it's I think like my personality. I don't know.
I'm just kind of lost.
They like you for your personality?
I don't really know what I'm saying.
I think it's way more social class, and then usually rich people are a little bit hotter, so that's why
And
hot
rich people
people
are
get
hotter.
together.
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah, it's probably more
poor
that
people are
than
uglier,
anything, to be
and that's
honest.
what it is. Yeah.
But
like,
if I met like a funny, gross, fat dude, I'd be like, this guy rocks.
yeah.
Like there would never be a moment hesitation if I met like a
But I don't think it really
short
would for
dude,
anybody.
ugly dude.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think people like express they're like I'm not hanging out with X kind of person. It's more just like where I hang out is mostly these kind of people, and I think that's where you meet your friends. I don't think you're going out be like if you like meet a person who you really like but they don't have your they don't fit your visual attractiveness, and you choose not to hang out with them. You're a psychopath. But it's
I
just
think
like
there's probably some mean girl shit though.
No, but like if you're like
And they're assholes.
conventionally not attractive, and then you go about life being like, oh, like I'm not attractive, like don't even talk to me, you know, like you just have poor like confidence, you don't think that people should be friends with you or should treat you a certain way, then
Right.
like people aren't gonna, like it's a spiral or
Exactly.
whatever. And that's probably what more likely happens. Rather like if I met like, you know, a butt ugly chick and then she like was awesome, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, no question about it.
Yeah.
I'll be friends with you.
Hey, ugly girl, want to hang out?
You see, like that's what you just said, but for some reason it sounds meaner when I say it.
I mean, look, there obviously are like ridiculous people, but I think most people just you're not being like I'm not meeting ugly people, I'm not hanging out with ugly people. It's just like you don't
Naturally end up
it just for the rules of society and how things have happened and what's right like none of us. I was thinking about this the other day. I was high. Like I'm not really a person.
Mr. I don't think about anything. Here we go.
But like I'm just a collection of all my past experiences and what I think future experiences will be. and like that's just what my thoughts are.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
like
wait,
I'm just in this ship.
Can I just say one more thing about simulation?
But ugly.
No, but whatever. That's also another way that we work as computers. Like again, I was saying, like if you throw a ball at us, technically, like in order to catch it, you have to calculate velocity, like all this stuff. Same thing with like even like the way that PR people can calculate like how the best way to go about a, like huge scandal is like you are calculating like similarly like an equation, like even emotional stuff that you don't think would be like calculated like a computer is calculating like a computer. Like your interests are because of a calculation of all the things that you've seen that you're
I'm just a collection of like things I thought were cool and like my twist on them and then this thing and like how I think that will work. Like I'm not even consciously doing any of that. It's just all happening. And I think the same thing happens for people who are of all kinds of different attractiveness scales and different life experiences. And it's just like, I don't know, it didn't link up because our calculations didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I have
like,
personally.
Like you're not compatible.
Yeah. I personally have ugly friends and I have attractive friends and I have all kinds of them. But like I get how it would happen otherwise.
Yeah, it's like I hang out with you and I hang out with Nate.
Like I hang out at the gym all day. I meet all my friends at the gym. Like, well, yeah, probably your friends are pretty good looking then.
Yeah.
My gym is all 80-year-old men, so one guy offered me $2 million the other day.
For what?
What?
To fuck him?
He said there was a bit of a language barrier, but he said he would give $2 million for my body.
In what capacity?
Like he wanted to have your body, or he wanted
Like
to
I said, there's kind of a
body?
language barrier. He just said, "John, we know each other." He goes, "John, I have $2 million in the bank. I would give it for your body."
Yeah, see, saying I would give it for your body makes it seem more prostitutional versus I would pay $2 million to have your body.
I took it. He's an older man. I took it as he would pay for my youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny
Even
though
though
because
I'm not young. I'm young compared to him.
but it is funny that like because you are in shape, but you're like this big barrel. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you're fucking Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Right.
It's like all right, you want to look like this big barrel guy? All right, cool.
You can see me put on socks, Caesar. It's the nightmare.
Not great. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like as good a shape you were in, there are some downsides to your body. Maybe like I'll give you like $750,000. I'm not giving you $2 million for that thing. I think my body at an auction would be worth like $150. I think there would be like some like morbidly obese person who'd be like, I'll take that. I guess. I'd probably still want to be fat, but I'll take your bag of bones. Do I hear 175? Crickets. Nothing.
Should have brought fucking drinks to the meeting.
All right, Glenn, finish us up.
You know what I like to say? And I always say this. In my experience, there are 3 types of people in this. Oh, check this out. Look at this. Nice. In my experience, there are 3 types of people in this world. There are those that were taught how to fight. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there are pussies. And then somewhere off in the 4th dimension, not even on the spectrum, are people who had Venus flytraps as a kid. The little mini ones that sit on your windowsill. Look, I know it's not going to eat me. But also, I saw Journey to the Mysterious Island, star-studded cast, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Vanessa Hudgens, Josh Hutcherson, unbelievable. But if that movie taught me one thing, it's that you have to be a specific type of crazy person to completely ignore the slight possibility that whilst sleeping for hours on end, night after night, laying vulnerable, at any given moment, maybe it does just... and then you're gone. I know it's not gonna... I know, but... Anywho, I'm a pussy. Well, I'm a pussy. What are you guys? What are you? What are you? I'm a pussy. What are you?
Venus flytraps and like parrots are the same thing to me. Like, what do you mean?
I was going to say praying mantis. That would scare me too.
Well, no, I'm saying like, if you were to wake up from a dream and be like if this was all a dream, and then you were like, yeah, like also we had some birds that could talk and like some some plants
and
that
some
like
plants
would kind of like eat you a little bit. They'd be like, how did you not think in the moment that was weird? And you're like, I just didn't really question it.
Yep. Yo, for real, parrots, crazy.
Yeah, and ravens could talk too, and like nobody even talks about that.
How about crows? Crows can't talk, but they're like They're like they like make friends and make enemies
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
They
yeah.
leave you gifts. They
They
remember
Well,
people.
I mean,
Like-
that was. I think that was your first like, oh shit, this chick's
Yeah.
like got great stories.
Your
With
mom.
my
right?
mom,
Yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
death row. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always trying to hunt some kind of animal. So that's- she calls
Yeah,
me. She's
she's
like,
always up to something.
she'll be like, "Hey, just so you know, the squirrels are out to get me." I'm like, "Mom." She's like, "They're leaving." She literally word for word, they're leaving peanuts by the door, and I think that I can tell if like they're either thinking of me as like their god or their queen, or if they're like plotting. They want me to come outside so that they can attack me. And I was like.
Dude, this is what I'm saying with like the like I'm just a collection of my past experiences. Like, yeah, that's why you think the way you think because your mom thinks like the birds are setting a trap for her.
And then whenever I tell her like one of my thoughts, she goes, "Sweetie, you are so smart. That is so genius." I go, thank you. Oh my god.
Life is a simulation.
She's the
Right, they
best,
don't
bro.
make computers that can stay awake the whole time.
Sweetie, you are so smart.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Your uncle and her mom need to link up.
Yeah. It's like don't
Monkeys
get me
and the
started on
squirrel.
For the
monkey
record,
world.
she's like the most normal woman. Other than that, other than she just has a few moments of like, "What do you mean you're their like sacrificial? They're like sacrificing their peanuts."
Luigi Mangione is the most normal guy aside from that one thing. As for the rest of it, I don't really. I get what he's saying. Like I know there's a million things like that where I'm like I know nothing's gonna happen, but maybe.
Yeah.
But
I think his earlier point is a better one. That I think there are people. Venus flytrap aside, you either like fight, learn how to fight, get in a fight, have experience with fights, and you're in or you're out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, there's not many people I know that like dabble with fighting. I either know people who have like never been punched in the face and like don't know how to throw a punch, or guys who are like, I've been in like 12 fights. You know, like there's not many people of like that I know are like I've been in like 3 fights. It's like you're a fighter or you're not a fighter.
I'm closer to that because I don't think
as I was saying it, I was like, you're probably like the one I know.
I like don't
But-
I've probably been in like I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I call it 5-6 fights.
But I think that's okay. That's too many fights. Not too many, but that's like that means you've been in fights. If someone said like
I
have you-
maintain I started 0 of them.
that's fine. But also it's like I think if you hit 5, you're like a fighter.
Yeah.
I certainly would not consider myself a fighter.
I would definitely consider you a fighter. I think most people would. I think if people were like, yo, it's about to go down at a bar, like, who do you want by your side? It would be like, John, he knows what to do.
But I don't know what to do either.
Well, you do. I mean, you just fucking hit the people. That's what you do.
Well, that's what I was thinking when he's like you were taught like, people who were taught how to fight. I've never been taught how to
no,
fight.
yeah. Taught. I mean, there's a
I
very small
I
percentage.
don't know.
of
Like I
people that-
boxed.
Yeah.
I guess that's. But like, I don't know. I guess I kind of.
You
I
can-
The
kind
rest
of
of the
like.
population, you were completely overqualified to be into a fight.
What's that?
You were unbelievably overqualified to be in a fight.
I'm overqualified.
If you compare yourself to the
1,000%.
regular population, you are 0.00001%.
Think about this office.
Well, let
You
me tell
were
you this:
like
I'm
2 rounds
unqualified to be in a fight. I'm also unqualified to do a podcast though. So who knows?
Bro, if you can drop somebody with like one punch pretty soundly, you are way ahead of everybody.
I guess, but also, you know, this kind of reminds me of Surviving when I was watching Surviving the other day, where I was like, it was the
Jousting.
the jousting thing, and they were talking about how uneven the teams were, and I was like, they're not that uneven. Like, yes, yeah, they are uneven. They were those teams were definitively they were uneven, but it wasn't like, what the fuck? How is this team supposed to compete with that team? It was
Yeah,
like,
that's because you're speaking from a place of privilege because you can like handle yourself with those. That's a good example. 99% of people, you'd be like, you're gonna have to joust your coworker. They'd be like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Whereas you'd be like, I could joust, like you could joust me or joust like Biz and like hold your own either way.
I would lose to Biz pretty handedly.
I don't know. I mean, like you probably lose. Yes, you'd probably lose, but I don't think it would be like. I don't think Biz would be like, I'm gonna fucking. If it was me and you, he'd be like, I'm going to destroy Kevin, and like Feitelberg, I'd have to like worry about it a little bit. And if you have a guy like Biz even like remotely thinking about that, then you're 99.9% percentile. You know.
Sass
guess.
thought you were stronger
like,
than Taylor Lewan, dude.
Huh?
Sass thought you were stronger than Taylor
Yeah.
Lewan.
yeah, the Sass is
But like the
idiot.
fact that Sass is an idiot, but the fact that that's even a potential thought for an idiot speaks volumes.
That was. I think he texted me like we were doing the podcast, and he just texted me how much can you bench, and I
But
told
again,
him.
yeah, like the fact that like when you did the thing, you know, the only people who like beat you were professional athletes. You know, so like you're.
But that's not fighting.
But yeah, but all these things kind of go hand in hand. It's
Yeah.
like how Jackie only hangs out with ugly girls. It's like you just kind of fall into place with these things. If you and a couple guys have fought an entire frat before, you're in that camp, not that camp. You know?
I think my if you were gonna fight me, what you should be scared of isn't the fact that I can fight. It's that I like getting hit. Like that's fun.
This is what I mean.
Creepy.
This man, the last couple minutes, trying to tell me like I'm not a fighter.
But you shouldn't. But like that's what I mean. Like I don't know how to fight. I just I enjoy the violence.
You know what I was about to just say? First of
point
all, you're
literally the
fucking
makeup of a
an
fighter.
idiot. Yeah. That is more like the fear or unknown or whatever of getting hit is usually what like non-fighters are the biggest problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody can like probably throw a punch. I've always thought to myself like, I don't know, if someone was like, if I just need someone in the face, I would probably like destroy them and I'm a fucking nobody, you know what I mean? But I don't want to get hit. And so the whole time I'd be like, if you're like, go ahead and hit me, you're gonna win like every fight.
I remember that like playing hockey when like there'd be like other guys and like guys who are bigger than me and I'm like, why don't you hit people? Like I don't like it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? It's fun.
This is what I mean.
Does getting punched in the face hurt? Like
No.
for adrenaline, yeah.
I mean, again, I've been punched in the face like 10 times, but like it's not.
Oh,
That's
from your 5
like
bites.
9.5 times more than the average human. Than like 99% of the humans.
I'm
who have,
not
like,
an
ever walked
expert.
the
I don't
planet.
know, but like in my limited experience,
You're like
no.
2 away from being an expert.
I
would say
I also
12
think there's a
experts.
very big difference. Like if you were to just get sucker punched at work, like not expecting it, versus like there's adrenaline, you're in the heat of the moment. Like you get rocked in the face, you don't even feel it because you're just like going. Whereas if I was just like sitting here and someone clobbered me, I'd be like, oh,
It hurts tomorrow.
yeah,
but not,
right. In the moment, yeah, you're all right. But yeah, bro. What a dumb conversation. It's like, you know, it's like talking to someone like, you know, it's like, LeBron's like, oh, I'm good at basketball. Like, it's like, come on, you know. By the way, what is LeBron doing?
Well, with what?
He's just, what do you think he's not playing for?
I don't know. It's not. We're
That's
not
a
making a big enough deal.
We're not making a big enough deal about it.
What is? I don't.
LeBron's he stepped away for personal reasons.
I thought he played last night.
Did he come back?
last night? I don't know.
I just saw a tweet.
If it's
that said
over,
Le-
then it makes sense. But
I saw a tweet that said
It
like
was
LeBron.
sketchy when he wasn't playing. When you typed in LeBron on Twitter, like nothing would come up about it. It was very strange.
I mean, the only people talking were like, well, you see what's going on with the Diddy and Jay-Z case? Like, obviously LeBron's doing it. I was like, we've gotten so stupid as a society.
Yeah,
But,
maybe we don't need a global town hall.
yeah, for real. You would think, if anything, that like Elon Musk would be like, there are too many stupid people in the world. I don't want to give them a voice. You know? Like, if anything, we need to be paring that down. To only let the smart people talk.
I think I don't. I just saw. I'm gonna check right now. I just saw one tweet that was like LeBron might play tonight.
It's a strange. It's like the drones. Just come up with
Yeah,
different.
LeBron. He played.
He did play. Okay.
18, 8, and 8.
That was funny too, by the way. It was like in the beginning he had like 5 straight triple doubles, and everyone was like the king. And then he had like a week of bad games, and like Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's right. He's what, 40,
he's 39. I think.
39. That's like right around the age of Brady, where it was like
It's over.
it's over. He's gonna play 6 more years. He'll have a bad game occasionally. You'll say it's over. He'll play great again the next game.
Right.
We don't have to keep doing this dance.
LeBron is 39. He turns 40 in 2 weeks.
Crazy. Yeah, me and him have always been like very similar age, and I'm always like, good for you, LeBron. you did good, bro. You did good.
This is an inverse. I remember a tweet you sent, I think, when I was 21, and it was something like Derrick Rose, Rookie of the Year, NBA, 21 years old. And it was Blake Griffin had done something that year, and it was like Blake Griffin, 21 years old. And it was like John Feitelberg does Links of the Day, 21 years old.
Yo, while we're lightly talking about sports, Travis Hunter has got to get rid of his fiance ASAP.
Bro,
that is the whisperer on this shit. That is not gonna work. That's a fucking problem. That girl is an issue.
Wait,
man.
can somebody?
So there's a couple things. First, the thing that really set it off last night was, or a couple nights ago, we won the Heisman, and Dion was there and had to be like, get up. Like she wouldn't stand up when he won to like.
Yeah.
And then she stood up for like 2 seconds and sat right back down. So they were like, she was the last one to stand up and the first one to sit down. And then there's clips of him on like senior day, like after the game's over, and he like goes into the crowd and he's like hugging her and she's just like giving him mouth like while the game is like just ended and it's like the biggest thing of his career and she's just like giving him lip. And then there was that right there, she's just like giving him like such a fucking hard time and you can just see on his face he's like what I don't know what's going on. And then the big thing last night was that he was at a like post Heisman event and he's taking pictures with everybody, young, old, guys, girls, and she like looks at him every time he takes a picture with a girl and she says something like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here this whole time? It's like,
I was out
that
on,
girl has got to fucking go.
I was out on everything. Like I was like, this can't be that bad. This is just like us hyping, making things.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, that's a problem.
That is a
so that's the only video I've seen, and I just can't. I watched it. I was in the car on the way home last night, and I can't tell I can't hear her. Maybe she says it. I don't know, but like
the one I saw had like a subtitle. I don't know.
But that's what I mean. Like everything I saw was like maybe she said but
Yeah.
in what I listened to, I was like I can't hear her saying this.
Yeah, but you know what? Even like even if let's say it's unfair, it's like she looks that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but there's
sitting
also,
on the couch, just like all pouty and shit. Like I don't know. She might have Jackie's crying face thing. Like, but all I know is overnight, like this became a fucking thing.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like you clearly compose yourself in a way. I think that there's more to it, but maybe there's not. But either way, it's an issue.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, like we're obviously comparing apples and oranges, but like we've been there. Like your friend who you're out at a bar and like people are asking for pictures or even just talking to you, and your friend feels left out and is like kind of like, well, I'm gonna go home, man. And
But
you're like, I'm
that's what
sorry,
I mean,
like I don't want
like your girl, if you're Travis Hunter, needs to either like be on board with that, or she needs to be like, I go home when this happens. You cannot have a girl who's like, we're taking pictures again.
Yeah.
Guess what? That's your whole fucking life from here on out. He's a fucking superstar.
And he's
Like-
the type of guy. He said after senior day, he's like, he was on a podcast. He's like, every single one. I will stay there until
For every picture,
single fan
yeah.
leaves the stadium. I'll sign every single jersey. Can't have that.
Cannot
Yeah.
have that, and should
If
not
you're that
have
type of
that.
guy.
Should not have that. Like I just, it's crazy for a guy who's this young and talented, and seemingly like his speech and everything. I haven't heard much of him until this. Like the way he talked, he just seems like a genuinely like good kid, and it's just like, this is gonna suck for you, dude. And I think they're engaged, so it is fiance. So it's tough to be like, it's not just like a girlfriend, but I would. So why are you even fucking engaged, bro? You're 21.
Were they dating before he started getting famous?
I'm not sure.
What do you think of Joe Burrow and Livy Dunn?
And who?
Libby Dunn?
Liv Podden.
Or not
Yeah,
Livy
I
Dunn,
was
sorry,
gonna say
Livy
that's-
Ponton.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. She's a model. She's just some model.
She's like a TikToker turned model or whatever.
Oh.
She was
The only reason people found out though was because that burglary, right?
because of the house.
He
And
was
then
like,
she
she
tried
was
to
at
say
his
she worked
house
for him.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. It was like she's on his payroll. And I was like, I don't think that's the thing you should be saying.
Yeah.
That makes.
But I
it
can see
weirder to
like
me.
if it was just like a call, you're just like, I don't know, I work for him. Like you don't feel like explaining. Like maybe things haven't been like, they're like it's complicated. You know, you don't want to like. Say
Yeah,
you just,
yeah.
like, say I work for him. Maybe.
Or they just
That?
don't want to announce their relationship. I get that.
Yeah, exactly. Or don't want to announce a relationship. But it's sad because like he was dating this girl who it was so cute. Like he was dating this girl beforehand, and then they like.
If you had asked me, I would have said he was married.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, that's probably
because he's
'cause he
obviously
keeps
very
his shit
private.
quiet,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know why I thought he was married. I'd be like, I think he's engaged or married or something. But aside from that, I can't say I have that many thoughts. What's the rest of the situation?
Just that they're like.
It was just like a
dating,
surprise.
it was,
Everyone thought that he might still be with that other girl, or they didn't know what was going on, and then it was like, oh,
She's also, I believe, lesbian, like out. Like
Oh,
like,
Olivia?
Yeah, Olivia
Ponton?
And I think that was a double shock on top of
Oh,
him
so it's
not
like we
being
didn't
with
even
his
know you liked
ex-girlfriend,
guys.
That she was
Oh,
also,
got
yeah.
it, got it. So
Joe
she was
Burrow,
probably
man,
also
makes
going there.
makes them all come to the yard.
Speaking of quarterbacks, you think Josh Allen like ever gets sad?
The man.
Oh my god,
You
I'm
think he's ever had a
so
bad
heartbroken.
day? Hate that guy. So,
What?
just like handsome.
He's like my
tall.
ideal
Why are
man.
you heartbroken? Oh, because you can't get
Yeah,
him.
because he's like engaged.
Who's he engaged to? Someone
Haley
famous, right?
Steinfeld?
Steinfeld, yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Steinfeld.
Steinfeld.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, he's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
The stat was like the Lions and the Chiefs are 25-1 combined. The rest of the league and 0-2 against the Bills. It's fucking gangster,
Dude.
I'll say this though: the Bills don't get over the hump this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be killer. Like if Mahomes just like wins in the AFC Championship game again, that's gonna suck so much for Buffalo.
I was flying yesterday during the games. Dude, the NFL's crazy. Like, got to take a piss during the flight and like just walking back to my
Everyone's
every
watching.
fucking seat. Just football.
Dude, you know what? I'm not.
Every
I
seat.
haven't been watching it at all because I'm out on the Jets. I'm basically like having a personal boycott.
Yeah.
And then I like don't really care what's going on, and I've just been like, I feel like I've been like un-American. I feel like I'm in like Europe every Sunday, just like watching movies and doing other shit. Yeah. And like I was like, what happened to that Bills Lions game? And I checked the score. I was like, that was probably awesome.
It was great.
You know, like should have watched that.
I was so happy because on my flight, I was like, oh, I hope, because I flew at like whatever, like basically I left at noon, which is like when the games start in Texas, and I was like, oh, I hope for the second half of my flight I'm going over whatever zone that Pat's Cardinals are being shown in, and pretty quickly I was like,
I don't know.
kind of sick. Pat's Cardinals aren't being shown right now. I'll watch this Bills Lions game. This is way fucking better than that.
Yeah. I mean,
How was stand up?
It was
how was
good.
the show? Yeah.
It was good. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did I get any more?
If you expected
Did you
any
enjoy
more
it?
than that, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's so true.
No,
Did
I
you
enjoyed
enjoy
it. I enjoyed it. It was also kind of
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Like it definitely
That was your
wasn't-
first like show, not out, like right, like that was not an out of order show. That was just a
Yeah,
stand-up show.
and it was like it. I'm thinking it was not really a Barstool crowd either. Like everyone, I was like, I don't know, you people just coming to a comedy club?
Yeah,
and it went pretty well. It was good. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a great crew of like you guys are all Barstool people, but you know you're not like what is it, Mook, Nick, you.
And then Bader, who is not a Barstool person.
So that's
yeah.
enough of like a you're not just doing like a. I think there's something to like not doing it just strictly for a Barstool crowd. You know, it's more real, if you will.
Yeah, it was also like I wasn't pushing tickets because I was like, I don't really fucking care who comes. Like, it's not like
best way to be, man. Right?
like I was like, I don't care. I'll do it. Like it was one of the like I've been doing this for 5 minutes, so if 10 people come, that's how many people should come.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's where you're in a cool spot where it's like you can do it for the love of the game. Really.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're like, I need to sell tickets to like pay rent, you're probably like, fuck.
right.
And then when they don't show up, you get discouraged or you get resentful or whatever. Where it's like, I don't know, am I doing in front of 10 people? Am I doing in front of 10,000 people? Like whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
I was like, oh, 70-year-old guy thought that was funny, and that 40-year-old black woman thought that was funny. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't
good
know how the
sign.
fuck either of you are here because it's not my crowd.
Right.
But
That's awesome. Though. That's a good way to go into it for you to be able to like
Are you doing
just
5?
do it for.
What's that?
Are you just doing 5 minutes?
No, I did like 15.
Wow.
What?
Holy shit.
I think somewhere between 15 and 20.
Memorize act, or you kind of just like went. Wow.
I mean, like I had like the stuff I did on the Out of Order tour was probably in the middle, and then I probably had 5 more minutes on each side.
You know what's funny? I do think about that, like we haven't written like jokes, but like when you're just used to churning out content, it's like you probably could put together like if you really needed to, you could, and it wouldn't be the best, but you probably could do like an hour.
Yeah.
Just because the amount of like, all right, here's a topic I could talk about. Here's how long I would talk about it. Here's, you know what I mean? We just have been doing that for so long.
Yeah, it's like I don't. I'm sure a stand-up comic would hear me like say this and then roll over in their grave. But like, I mean, podcasting is just like, here's a topic, say something funny,
right?
And then you just go, okay, I think
right,
I
and then
topics,
hopefully
I'll say something funny
you
about it.
polish it and make it great. But like to start out and to fill time,
Yeah.
it's like be funny. If anything, I think like podcasting probably starting this way is a better way to come from it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
rather
was
than be like,
talking
I
to,
have
like,
to write all these jokes.
some like Austin comics afterwards, like Gardini and Lemaire and Luke, and there were a couple of people there, and they were just like, I was like, I feel like I'm kind of like cheating it. Like, I don't know. I didn't do open mic stuff like that. And they were like, dude, open mic, you're just wasting 5 years of your life. You don't learn anything. You don't get better. Like, there's really no point to it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. If you're saying that, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably a little bit of like gatekeeping, and that's the old way of doing it.
Yeah.
And, like, you probably can get something out of it, but you don't have to do that.
It's also, it's very fun because it's like, it's so incredibly narcissistic.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to be.
Yeah.
We're
yeah,
like, everyone quiet. I've prepared these words for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, here's a room full of people. Shut the fuck up and listen to me.
Yeah.
But you're like, I don't know. You all signed up for it, so here you go.
Right, you want this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. And then you're like, you people go back and listen to themselves, and I gotta make it perfect. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. But people love it.
Do they laugh?
That's
All
awesome.
right.
That's great.
I also have to give you guys credit. Like, I know I like just kind of dabble in it before, but like this shit is hard. You have to like always, yeah. It's so scary.
Yeah.
Remember that I'm in year 1. Just keep that in mind.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
Jack.
okay. I'm not asking for compliments. I'm just saying like.
As she goes like this. I'm not asking for praise.
I'm saying like you have to stay focused. You have to like. Think of things.
It's I do think like
people give it credit.
In most people's days, they're probably like in an active conversation for like 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just,
Do,
like
like,
usually doing it for like
multiple
2
hours.
hours, 3
Yeah.
hours of like an active, like
And you
I'm
have to have,
listening,
like, an
I'm
opinion
engaged.
on everything.
Yeah. Keep it moving, topic to topic.
Like everyone just talks about like, yeah, I just turn on the Zoom and zone out. And, like,
Or even-
for this 2 hour window,
Even,
you kind
like,
of can't.
This doesn't happen with us that much, but like, people will get like in an argument on a podcast, and then like the next segment they're just like back to chatting.
Yeah.
It's like a normal person. If you got like an argument with a coworker about like a like something, you'd be like, I'll never talk to that person again.
Right.
And we just have to be like, all right, voicemails.
Now you gotta talk about Joe Burrow.
Right. Yeah, we're the best. This is fucking this is awesome. Do you have anything else planned or not yet?
No, but I would like to do more.
Yeah.
I mean, Mook was like, we should run it back next year or something like that.
Next year?
Well,
Wait,
the year ends in like
2025?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I hate when people say that.
We just got gone.
He might have said 2025. I'm just saying next year.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd like to do something. I'm sure we'll try and do something, but no, nothing like planned.
You should plan it.
Nah,
I can't tell if I
that's
want to
the whole
watch
thing.
like footage of you or if I want to wait.
They
until,
actually
like,
this
one
time
of
they recorded the full set and I had a mic on. So
I think I want to be there in person.
See it as it's intended
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
delivered. You know?
See your art form. That
The craft. All right, make sure you leave your voicemails. Hit up any of the social media channels and leave a voicemail for us. And see you next episode.
and subscribe.
And subscribe.
We're like almost at. I don't know if that.
Hit your subscriptions. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all that. Click subscribe. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
or I'll cut off my finger.